Ooh. Hey, what's up, Reefers? This room is really blue, as it should be as a reefer's room. There are two main things we want to talk about today. Number one is the status of the 150-gallon tank, and number two, the new tank that is replacing it. I don't think I've ever addressed the decision on the 150-gallon tank on my YouTube channel. Basically... okay. 150-gallon tank, condition is perfect except for the seam. There's just this pretty substantial bubble in the seams. So I checked with some of the tank builders that I respect, and the consensus seems to be I will want to reseal the silicone because it's just an accident waiting to happen. So there are two major options. Number one, to reseal. Number two, replace the tank with the exact same tank, at least one with similar dimension, because I've already DIY'd the stand. Now, option number one, resealing the tank, is not something that I take lightly because I've never done this and it scared the heck out of me. Because keep in mind, we're not just resealing the inside silicone. We're actually going to break apart the glass pane to seal the silicone between the two glass pane. And that is super intimidating. Not to mention, this is not a rimless tank, which means I will have to break off the plastic trim, reseal the glass pane, and hope that I did not break the trim and kind of put them back. And that is not something I'm ready to do. Option number two is replace this tank with the exact same tank from Marineland. I talked to some people and they say that silicone within the seam is actually within acceptable range out of Marineland. If I were living by myself, sure. But now I have a wife, I have a kid. I'm not even talking about I'm not even talking about having a kid in front of the tank when it breaks. I'm talking about the leak. Just thinking about dealing with 150 gallons of water on carpets. I just don't have the capacity to deal with that right now. I would rather have something that is safe. I'm spending all this time and energy into it. I just want to start off with a solid canvas. With that said, instead of going with a DIY route, which is gonna take me like months if not years again, I'm just gonna do a turnkey solution, just get a whole new system. So here we say goodbye to the 150-gallon tank to a good new home. All right guys, this is it. It's gonna be really run and gun, and I probably won't be able to film at all because we only got 3 people moving this. We got Brendan and Nick here. Gonna give a good home to this 150. We'll double the power. I like your shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
With that said, I'm now in the market for a new tank that is of similar size. That's when Eat Sleep Reef Antonio reached out to me saying that, hey man, would you like to try a mold aquarium? And that's when I remember Aquaman Shalom on IG also has a mold aquarium recently, and that is the 135-gallon Infinity series, and I thought it looked fantastic. I really like the dimension because it's 4 foot by 30 inches deep by 20 inches, which makes it almost a lagoon tank, and it really unlocks some of these aquascaping potentials. So through Antonio, I was able to talk to the owner of Mold Aquariums, Eddie, and we talked for a little bit, tried to understand like the operation, the design, and how it came to be. And ultimately, Eddie was kind enough to hook me up with a 135-gallon Infinity Series Mold Aquarium. I just pay for shipping. So yes, guys, I am a proud new owner of a 145-gallon lagoon tank. It's gonna take a different aquascaping approach. The other tank is gonna be tall, so I was gonna do floating scape. But because this tank is a little bit shorter, it's gonna be a lagoon, I'm gonna do a different approach towards it. I'm still brainstorming right now, but today, I'm gonna show you what happens when the tank arrives. I know there's a certain sentiment when it comes to being sponsored on social media. I'm gonna be as honest and transparent with you guys as always. If you've been following my channel, you know that I've always been super careful in terms of sponsorship because I know that's pretty much reputation. I'm sticking my name on certain things. So usually I'm really careful in terms of who I accept and who I kind of step back, watch a little bit first. But based on who recommended it, as well as some of the people that I talked to, and some of the messages I actually get from Mold Aquariums owners after they saw that I got it, I have a good feeling about it. But I'll be sure to bring you guys along on this journey. Most of the equipment from the 150 is going to migrate over to the 135. For the ones that do not make the transition this time, I do have a big plan for them as well later this year. So as always, I've rambled on long enough. Let's get to the video.
Flashback.
Today we are waiting for the delivery of the new tank, but I was not expecting that right there. Oh my goodness. This is the first time I'm receiving a shipment like this. This is insane. How are we gonna bring this back? Oh man. Ooh. Oh, scare me. Oh my god. Now what? So putting Emily to work right away. The stand is pretty light. This is like the aluminum stand. And she was like, walk faster, walk faster. Here's the tank, first of all. Look at this. Nice, nice. Tank and some. And there's Emily right there. All right, let's do this. Ready? I'm gonna one-handed. Go. Go.
Sliding.
Okay, put it down and then we'll stand it on the side. Put it down. Okay, why don't you hold this and I'll just maneuver it in.
See? Better.
So my hope is to
Break it. My hope is
get the stand set up before people get here. So this way we can put it directly onto the stand and not waste time setting the stand up. You know, because I'm respectful of people's time. Can you give me a little, pull it up a little bit so that it's unstuck? There we go.
claw machine. Claw machine.
I'm gonna get here. It looks pretty complicated. Shouldn't be too bad.
I thought you cherries the other time.
Huh? Okay, this is kind of a little ridiculous.
Go.
Like both stands are holding roughly the same weight. The old stand that I built was supposed to hold up a 150-gallon tank. This new one is supposed to hold up a 135-gallon tank. But just how light this new stand is ridiculous. It's a little disheartening in some way.
You know what? I like that better
Really, why?
because it's DIY.
I mean, there's something to be said about smart engineering and material. Okay, baby's crying. Emily had to go up and help. But looking at it here, I'm trying to get the stand built before they arrive. It's crazy, right? I built that stand in what, year and a half? I'm trying to build the stand in like half an hour. This is the top part of the stand and it's labeled by sticker. I kind of figured it out afterwards, but I figure it's nice to double check. The one thing I'm not sure is whether this should be facing up or down. I assume it should be up so that people don't see the bottom side, which is not as nice looking as the top. But I'll double check. All right, guys, this took way shorter than expected. Now I'm just gonna hammer these stuff home. Really put things into perspective. I'll pretty much put this thing together within like half an hour. Now we just kind of like hammer or mallets things in so things are nice and tight. And that's pretty much it. I can't believe this thing is gonna hold 135 pounds, or 135 gallons of water. And this stand, while it's beautiful, took me a year and a half to build. This thing just slapped together so quickly. It's ridiculous. However, I did learn a lot putting the DIY one together. So I'm grateful, but I'm never gonna do it again. I'm just gonna buy a pre-existing stand and that's it, call it a day. What do you guys think?
It's nice.
Leon, this is gonna be a swimming pool. Okay guys, actually very impressive. I'm geeking out over little things. Look at the magnets. That's one thing I kind of play with in my DIY builds. I use magnetic cabinet door, thinking I'm like super genius. But the way they implement this is smart. At bottom, they do these little plastic inserts, and it just do little inserts right here. And the distance here is just enough to kind of lock into here. And there's 4 sets of magnets to kind of hold it in place. And these magnets, whatever they're using, is strong enough that the whole thing just kind of snap on. Before I put the top on, I was playing with it. I was like, I'm not sure if it's strong enough. But once I actually have the whole thing assembled, this actually snap on really nicely. And I like the fact that it's not a hinged door, so this can completely get out of the way. It is a shame that there is a center post, but these days, better safe than sorry. I would rather have a center post than a failed tank because of lack of support. Look at that, love that, awesome. So when I was putting it together, I was like, oh, no, but now that thing's actually together, this is quite sleek actually. Yeah, the magnet just kind of pulls things in. I don't even have to like align them perfectly. Where's the other one? The other one's right here. Lock them in right here, let go, and just snaps in place. Oh man, this is nice. This is nice. Whew. Thank you, Moles Aquarium. Okay, now the next step is to wait for my friends to get here, and we will hopefully move the tank on top of this stand without too much incident. Fingers crossed, and knock on wood. Let's do this.
1 hour later.
Jim is live on Instagram, Telegram and Instagram. We just cut open the crates. Looking at this guy right
Xbox
here.
notifications. Guess what my kid's doing? He was too busy to come over.
Look, you're all prepped. Too bad. That's what I am.
Go to the gym for. Exactly. This is why I eat pizza.
Police cars.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yep.
Yes.
On the ground side too.
All right. Thank you guys.
Look at this fancy.
Yeah. Let's take a quick look at this.
We're set up correctly. So if you push it in, Milk, you push the foam all the way out this way. We're gonna set it on there and slide it. Genius. Yeah, but see, there was a lip that I didn't like. It felt like it extended. Maybe it was just my side. It felt like the plastic extended below the glass.
Okay. I
It
see what you're
did.
saying.
Come here. Feel this.
Okay. I see. So it's gonna be
So,
pushing this.
so you can, but
I see. I think this is okay. This half.
What's the thing?
it should be okay. on
there.
the phone. This. Hey, buddy.
Oh, I told you.
I need to move it.
I'll be right back. Oh no.
that's funny.
Oh no.
Funnying.
Oh shit.
One eternity later.
You guys all go sideways or you guys all go backwards?
I'm okay.
No, easy slow.
Okay. Yeah. We started going a little too quick. Sorry. If we tripped, yep, game over. Well,
That's how we're
thanks for relying on
gonna.
us.
Hey, do you wanna?
Don't hold the top. Don't hold the top.
No,
Not structural.
I keep putting it.
Hold on. Hold on. Wait. I got it. All right, got it. You got it? Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, no, I don't have it.
I
Okay,
got you, I
slippery.
got you.
what are you doing, Yushin?
Oh, this guy's support me. I can't do the door.
Foot. Yep, hold on. There's a dip to your left. On the knee.
On the knee,
down?
on the knee. Oh, okay.
On my toes. On my toes. Let
Okay.
go. Yep. On my toes. You're good.
Oh my god.
1, 2, 3.
Oh.
I can
Hold on.
jump on bottom. Go.
I'm good. Oh, that's so tight.
Can you open the other door, Monkey?
Okay, go through. You go through.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Stop right there.
Good. Keep going.
All right. Ken, you good? I'm good. Okay.
Ah, I can't go through the other door.
Can all you guys go through, go through.
Hold on.
Oh, ground.
You okay? Watch that.
That was good on both sides
what?
because
It's
then
heavier.
Monkey can get in and out.
All right, I'm good.
Oh, strong man. Oh.
You can set it on there. Not yet.
What's your finger?
No, you can. We're good.
What's your
Keep
finger?
going. Keep going.
Okay, what
It's not a
is?
lot of weight.
So, like always, I'm not doing anything.
All right.
Alright,
Shall I
so-
let it out? Get my coat.
Fingers up.
Okay.
Nice.
Let go of my fingers? No, now we're good.
The table looks
You
so
gotta-
hard. Like this.
You gotta
does
come
stuff.
this way a little.
Just a tank.
Yeah.
That's too much. That's enough.
And Mocha's got to trim.
Yep, no
I
problem.
think that's good enough.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you
we-
guys. Look at that. Did most of the work here. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I gotta go and cook dinner for the wife.
Yo, thank you.
All right, no
Take
problem.
care.
Thanks for the drink.
Gym next week?
If you make it, I'll be
Let's do
there.
it.
2 days later.
Hey, what's up, Reefer? So that's been a very exciting few days as I start brainstorming about what to do with this awesome 135-gallon tank from Mold Aquarium. Once again, thank you so much, Mold Aquariums, for sponsoring me with this tank. I really appreciate it. Before we really dig into the plumbing, there's one little issue. After we get the tank out of the stand, my Reef Sensei Jim thought about it and be like, hey, you know what? I mean, the stand is sitting on carpet. We don't know for sure that all the foot is gonna be evenly distributed in terms of weight on this carpet. So I think to be 100% safe, why don't we move the tank and then move the stands upstairs to somewhere with a hard floor just to make sure all the feet are touching the ground and the weight is equally distributed. Upon hearing this, my mind just exploded. I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna move the tank again, move the stand again, etc, etc. But ultimately, it makes sense. If the weight is not distributed equally to all feet, it could potentially create stress spots, which may translate to the glass tank, which may cause some issue down the road. So while the tank is still not set up right now, just to be safe, Jim is gonna come and help me out. We're gonna move the tank to right here on the carpet, and then we're gonna move the stand upstairs onto hardwood floor, and then we're gonna check the feet just to make sure they are leveled. If it's all good, we're gonna set it back up again, and then we're gonna plumb it.
Is it time?
It's time. Let's do it.
How are you?
Pretty good.
Good to see you.
Good seeing you. Thank you for coming. Super early.
What is
I'm gonna
that?
talk about this.
Why did you do that?
So we're getting prepped. I was stretching, getting ready to move the tank down here, and then Jim just looked over here. Was like, "Hey, why don't we use that stand?" That's why he's an engineer. I'm just doing grunt work. I'm just like
I break things. That's all I do.
genius.
How do you get your finger? You can get your finger underneath there. Ah! No, not there. Put it there. Right there. Okay. Woo!
It didn't break anything.
50% done.
I'm sweating already. I don't know about you.
Got my hand here.
Alright, slight change of plan. Since I couldn't get this thing off because I think it's pressing so tight. I could probably like, if I bend it like super hard, but I don't want to damage anything. So we're gonna test this down here on a piece of wood. What's happening?
When you have old crappy 3D printers, to align the knob, not align, to level the bed, you move the extruder to various locations on the bed.
Yep.
And you slide a piece of paper under. And if it sticks perfectly the same way on all four corners of the bed, then your bed's level. Also, that's what we want to do with the stand.
Got it. That's a good trick. Yeah, so it's kind of like halfway in. Yeah, before this leg was was able to go all the way through, so it was really good. That
We can come down a little more with this one.
Okay.
Banana for luck. Banana for luck. This is almost good. We're a little too far towards me.
Okay.
I'm going to lift. You grab the proper tool for the proper job and see if you can pull it out towards.
This is totally extra work due to my OCD.
My baby. Don't put this in the video.
Hold on.
Calm down.
Okay, come down.
Did anything happen?
A little bit. If you can do it one more time.
Let's
The
try
whole
again.
stand lift it. Yeah, just take a break. Take a break. Okay. Oh, much better. So much better. Okay. Perfect.
Tank moved.
Yeah, just trying to get that way. Just a little bit more. Yep. I see, perfect.
Oh, that's nice.
That's job well done. Woo! Oh, thank you. Oh my God.
Well, not yet.
Here's the final. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Oh, show that massiveness. Look at that.
Oh, yeah. All right.
How about this one?
That way.
Even if it's not level, I'm gonna lift it up.
Tiny bit, which is good. It is fine. I think this is within range. What do you think?
That's good. We can always. We can drop. Whatever. Let's see what it looks like with water.
Yeah, we don't.
Because we can
This
get
I think
pliers
it's
underneath
perfectly
there
fine.
and just
Yeah.
drop it down a tiny bit. So like a quarter turn each, and you'll be good.
Okay.
Because it's really.
Yeah, I don't. Is this even necessary? I don't.
How's that OCD?
No, that's fine. I don't always have a
I'm
level.
gonna sneak over here with it.
Oh, that looks good over there, right?
Yep, we're good.
Yeah,
We're
that's
good.
fine.
Fill it up.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Get the RO running.
This routine is murder.
Okay, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So be sure to leave a like and leave a comment. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next Sunday at 12:30 p.m. Bye.